Hey guys, Lyra Linx here, starting with the AlmaCon vlogs. I just finished my makeup. It was actually really stressful and I got way too frustrated with it. So it's not perfect, but it's there. I'm excited. I wanted to get ready far in advance to be Blake later today, and I can't wait to actually get into the con and cosplay and show you guys everything. Alright, I am now in full cosplay attire with the help of this guy right here.
Hello.
James Dunbar. And we are going to go off to AlmaCon, and it'll be your first one, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And so we are going to vlog various events and things and hopefully have a great time, and I'm gonna spend way too much money, so goodbye. We are on our way to go and see Johnny Young Bosch. I am so excited.
There's a dude from the Netherworld or something.
Ah, that's Elias from, oh, I love that anime, The Ancient Magus' Bride. It's so good. You should watch that. It's so cute.
Is he a bad dude? Because if he is, I can slay him with this sweet-ass samurai sword that I got.
Yes, he got a sword, and it's really cool. My bangs are really messed up. I don't know how to fix this right now.
Alright, we gotta move.
Oh no! The bank fell! But I also got this cute Torchic plush and a couple other things while we were at Artist Alley, and now we're on our way to meet Johnny Young Bosch, and I am freaking out. I love him so much. More than you.
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding. I clearly love you the most. And we can cut through here, actually.
Alrighty.
So, I get to meet Johnny Young Bosch. This is what I've been most excited about, and I can't believe I get to do it so soon. There'll be an autograph signing and then a panel, so... But where's the Johnny Young Bosch, though?
Suspicious.
Most honorable samurai. show us what you have received.
I don't know. It's supposed to be like some like ancient cursed dragon blade or whatever. I didn't really listen to the guy I bought it from. He's like, that's $10. Or you can have the other one for 30. I'm like, oh, I don't want to spend money or some crap.
And
like
also, this treasure.
Oh. Yeah, and some guy named Johnny Young Bosch or something scribbled on that.
Scribble. How dare. Oh, I feel like mine looks nicer than yours.
It is.
Yes, we got to meet Johnny Young Bosch. And there's going to be a panel later. So if we eat, we can come back and we can go to that and ask questions and things.
Wait.
And hear what he has to say. And I am super excited because I'm gonna try to not be a socially awkward little piece of crap and ask some questions.
You're doing good.
But first, we're gonna eat ramen.
Yes.
Haha.
She also got like a ton of compliments on her amazing cosplay today.
Oh yeah, I had
Pretty
one guy ask to take a picture with me, and that always makes me really happy. I always feel very accomplished if somebody wants to take a picture with me. Don't make that face,
I'm
it's just a
kidding.
picture.
I'm kidding.
But
No, she looks
look
really
at
good.
who is holding the hand of the Blake. So anyway, we are going to get ramen and head right back into the festivities. I'm also totally saying screw ramen because we still have pizza. And that looks great to me right now. And Dr. Pepper. Ignore the messy bed full of makeup and stuff from even preparing for this convention. That's all stuff that I'm gonna have to clean later. It's pretty ridiculous, but now is the time for food. We have here a young man making his ramen. Some spicy ramen, except he's a little punk and he can't do spicy. So he stole one of the chicken ramen packets. So it's going to be the saddest thing ever. This is a bowl that is meant to be spicy. He is ruining with chicken and top ramen chicken flavoring. And if y'all don't feel me, top ramen is terrible. What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't like spicy.
But I've seen you eat these multiple times before.
And have you seen me sweat?
You make me sad.
Yeah, I'm worse.
Alright. Well, while you eat, I'm gonna fix my makeup and then we'll go to the Johnny Young Bosch panel.
Cool.
I'm really happy to have the autograph and to be going to a panel soon, but kind of sucks that we had to actually wait a half hour for him to get there because of, I guess, transportation issues, but yeah, it was still pretty cool. It was very chill. So I'm excited to see what'll happen at the panel. Woo, we just got done with the Johnny Young Bosch panel. Hello, Fluffy. Thank you. Oh, what do you have? Hello, we just got through with the Johnny Young Bosch panel. Turns out the reason why he was late was not even his own fault, so I am no longer sad. We got to meet him anyway and get the autograph, so that was awesome. He's also a super funny dude. How did you feel about it?
I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah. So it was cool to ask him questions. There are more times, I believe, throughout the whole con. So that's awesome. Also, I got to meet Sandy Fox. And I got this awesome poster signed, personalized with my name.
Limited edition.
Yes, you beat me to it. So I'm super hyped, and now we're just gonna head back to the dealer alley and get ourselves some great food. I might find some more merchandise, who knows? Because I'm a terrible person who spends all of my money at conventions. And this guy told me he wasn't gonna spend any money, and he got a wooden sword.
It was $10 for a samurai sword. You would have bought it too.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yes, so we are braving the Michigan snow as we walk a very short distance to where we need to be, but in an outfit like this. It's killer. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I'm actually gonna be with a lot more friends, which should make vlogging a lot more interesting. We're gonna have Patrick Pyro with us, my very best friend in the whole world, and a couple other people, so I'm really hoping to see them all, have some fun, and it should be great. And I'll have this guy with me, which is always the best. So we will come back to you when we have snackage, because I want to film your reactions.
Okay.
Excellent. Said it once today off camera, I'll say it once today on camera. This day, not how I planned. Nothing goes according to plan. The artist alley is closed apparently. I guess they close at 9, which is a pretty, yeah. It's basically BS when the con events go to 1 in the morning, but they're gonna close the dealer room at 9. There's no point in even doing the events. Ugh.
I don't know.
I have lipstick all over my teeth and I look crazy. I mean,
pretty tired.
They've only been going for 4 hours. Believe me,
That's a long time to
believe me
sell
when I
stuff.
say that at a convention, a big convention, not like this one, it would go for far longer. Some people do lunch breaks or like change people at tables, but it's like, it's just frustrating when everything else goes on so much longer, and then everything else that's going on is totally packed when this isn't even a big one.
I remember it was the 2016-2017 auto show in Cobalt Hall, and we were there all day. We got there at like 10 in the morning. We left at 11 at night, and all the dealers, everybody at all the vendors, they're just wiped out.
I mean, I can understand that.
Also, where do you want
But that can just be set aside momentarily.
It needs to be somewhere safe.
I have no idea. This room is a mess. This room is a total mess from the con and other things and just craziness, and it's hard to be a college kid. But it just makes me a little upset that it's closed so soon, because everything else is going on so much longer, and they're going to be going for like a super long time tomorrow, and that's great. But I was really looking forward to snacks, and I think that it's pathetic to close at 9. It is a very small convention. It is not that hard. This is ridiculously tiny. You have no idea. But like, also the gaming lists in the game area,
I don't know anything.
those are also,
I think it was more like 9.
I don't know, they're still also ridiculously long. It's just not a big convention. There's a decent amount of people, but compared to an actual con, it seems like there are some pretty bad waiting times for it being what it is. So I mean,
I ain't too worried.
AlmaCon, it's fun and all. It's great if you don't have a ton of money and like if you just want to be at a smaller convention. But at the same time, if you actually want to make the most of your money, I feel like you should go to something bigger.
Don't come to Alma. It's hell. This place sucks.
It's honestly not the best convention there is. It was my first convention, and I love it dearly, but there are just some certain problems, like the fact that it's a club here mostly that sort of runs, like the otaku club here, ACOG, basically runs the whole event and figures it out.
They're all nerds, and it's like, you know they were bullied in high school, and you know some people
That's
have
so awful.
Hang on. You know some people, you know, they look like they can be bullied, and that's obviously awful. But some people just play into the hand, and you're like, no, don't do that. They're just gonna nail you.
I have to admit, I'm a huge nerd. That's pretty obvious by my personality, my cosplay, and just like overblown everything. But I feel like there's a difference between like a nerd who can be casual and can still function in society, and then there are people, especially at panels that I go to, where you can tell that they're just like a super fan of this person or like anime in general, and it literally consumes their entire lives, and it like freaks me out sometimes. There are people who feel like they have to respond to everything that, like, a famous person says. Like, even in the Johnny Young Bosch panel, there were just people who he would say, yeah, I like this, and they'd be like, yeah, and they'd have to say something every time after he spoke.
They pretty much were kissing his ass.
And so, like...
It's pretty funny.
I know that I'm a very socially awkward person, and I don't want to be mean to other people, and everybody's entitled to feel how they want to feel, say what they want to say, but it's just... I have a personality where certain personality types, such as that are way too boisterous and out there, I can't get along with those types very well.
Alright, I'm going to translate this into English, because I have the similar opinion. You can be whoever the hell you want to be. It's America. Land of the free, you do you. But yeah. I don't have to like you.
That's so mean, though.
But it's true.
I don't really think poorly of anybody.
You. No, I don't.
I just feel like certain people are too much for me, and I feel
I don't like them.
I feel like it becomes a very awkward atmosphere.
Not liking someone isn't the equivalent of hating them or disliking them. It's just like, you're a person, you're completely valid, I just don't like you. Get over it. It's that simple.
I don't know. For the most part, I like people. I like that this is a thing that is geared towards the nerds and people that don't generally get, like, acceptance or anything. And you can just go and be fully dressed, and nobody's going to judge you. And you can get all this merchandise that are from things that you love and talk to people that you love. And that's amazing. But there are certain types of people in fandoms that I just can't relate to. I can't, like, deal with, which is why I like to find my friends, my anime friends that I have in real life that I know that I can talk to and discuss with, and it's not weird. Because when I'm in those situations, it's just, like, so awkward. And people are surprisingly, like, very willing to talk to you in lines and everything. And that's pretty cool for the most part. But at the same time, I'm just such a person where...
See, I disagree.
I like, don't like talking to strangers a ton.
No, you don't.
Unless I initiate that conversation myself. If they're talking about a show I really like, or my costume or something, then that's cool. But I am not a conversation initiator.
I mean, I used to be when I was little, and then I realized that people say stupid things, and I'm just, I don't hate people, I don't like stupid things.
I felt like I had to rant at Grand Rapids Comic-Con too, because there were these people that totally monopolized the karaoke. The anime fan that I hate the most are the monopolizers. And it's like in that panel where the same person, as soon as one of their questions is answered, they fire off 5 more without letting anybody else get in. And I can't stand those types of people, because nothing in life is all about a single person. Everybody deserves to get their turn and say what they want to say. Also, I'm just going to start taking this off because we're not going back.
I'm going to disagree with you on one point. I do not think that nerds I do not think that nerds are unaccepted by society. I think society's pretty much fully accepted them at this point.
I feel like a lot of people have, but I would refute you because literally every student that we walked by at this school or anyone like that saw me in costume did not respect what I was doing. I got flashed looks, and they were like, what the heck is wrong with you?
Context. Once they knew the context, they were fine with it.
Some people aren't even okay with the context. They're like, why are a bunch of nerds gathering together at a convention and dressing up like characters? That's really weird.
Okay, so confession.
There are still quite a few people who...
I used to be one of those people.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So for you to say that it's fully I feel like there's a lot more acceptance than there ever was before. Ever.
Well,
I feel like the school has a lot of nerds.
They just think, why are you doing that weird thing? I mean, you can, it's just
weird. There's just still a lot of people who don't get it and think that you're weird and will judge you. Because what I got were judgmental looks until we were in the con premises. And then everybody was like, that's awesome.
Well, and when you left, some of the same people were out and they're like, oh, okay, there's a con. Now I get it. Because, like, if it's just random, people would be like, what the hell are you doing?
I mean, I can understand that. But there were some people who legitimately, like, I feel like they're just like, that's freaking
There are people
weird.
that don't like nerds. I don't agree with them, but I do understand them. Sometimes nerds can be annoying.
I don't like... There are certain types of nerds that even I can't stand, where they can just cite to you every single bit of information. There are people who I've seen talk to voice actors and be like, "Oh man, I loved your work in season 5, episode 13, 5 minutes in, where you were just like with this character." And I'm like, how much time do you have on your hands that you can remember every detail of every anime you're talking about? That's insane to me.
At that point?
And they're so obsessive and they like want to grab so much attention, and it's like they're trying to prove that there's some mega fan and that there's something like some validation that they need, and I don't like that.
See, yeah, because if somebody really is craving validation, okay, this might be a sadist, a part of the self, but I really just like saying no. No, I don't validate you. Screw off.
I don't
and
know.
Don't
like,
do
when
that. That's a really terrible thing to do.
I don't know. There are some nerds I'll end up getting into like random conversations with, and I just can't get. They want to talk to you, but they want to talk to you so that they can not really talk to you, but prove their own point and say everything that they want to say. They don't let you get your words in. They just want somebody to like unleash all of this inner nerdness upon that you didn't really ask for. I don't know.
95% of them are really nice people. Like, there are a lot of people who are just like, hey, yeah, I really like the show. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you were a nerd. And they're like, yeah, it's all good. I'm like, all right, sweet. Or some people
I'm very cool with that.
clearly are, and it's no problem. They're like, yeah, I'm a nerd. I live with it, whatever. And, you know, yes, they're a nerd, but they're also cool people. I'm not saying that nerd is the opposite of cool. I mean, hell, I'm a gearhead, and everybody hates gearheads. If you're a gearhead and you meet a fellow gearhead, you're brothers already.
I feel like I'm either type of nerd. Like, there are a majority of days where I want to dress up in just like a girly outfit, do my makeup, and people would be like, she doesn't like anime. And then there are days where I'm just like sporting my anime shirts and things, and I'm like, yay, nerdiness. And like, usually it's just a very chill representation, and I'm not trying to
No, it's usually just
be
you're
really
wearing a
weird
t-shirt
about
or
it.
something. Like, yeah, it's a t-shirt or a sweater. It's like, you know, it's the print, and that's it.
But then there are people who literally wear cat ears to class, and I'm like,
I've seen
that is too much. Do what you want in your spare time. I would wear those around the house.
Yeah.
Why not? That is my home. But why do you feel the need to do this in class?
There's all this talk about, well, let me express myself. You can express yourself
yeah, that's
however
great.
you want.
That's
You've
why
got the
events
internet.
like this exist. It's so that they can express themselves in a setting that it's appropriate and they're not going to like
But there's certain
be at
places.
risk.
Well, now, granted, if it's like a class where nobody gives a shit, go for it.
I mean, it's college. A lot of people just come in with
Yeah,
their
this
pajamas.
is the time
That's
to do
whatever.
it. Well, okay, that's because they're high and they forgot to sleep for 4 days.
Yeah, that's college.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's logic behind that one. But like the nerdiness thing, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, they're friendly people. They don't mean anybody harm, and they can express themselves just fine.
Yeah, for the most part, people here are so friendly, and I like it because I know that
super liberal but friendly.
there are the elitist nerds, and they are the nerds who will shoot you down and judge you. But for the most part, that's not what this is. This is
Just
like,
tell them that their entire existence is based off TV.
we're not gonna be mean. We're not gonna be mean.
Hey,
this is
if
a
they
nice. This is a
started-
nice channel, and I appreciate all types of people.
We probably shouldn't upload this video.
Oh, I'm uploading it.
Oh, God. No.
I have the need to rant sometimes,
Okay.
and I want to get out what's on my mind, and that's fine. But
Okay.
we are not going to be mean to people. That is not what is meant.
Of course not. I'm kidding, okay? It's funny. I'm kidding. If you're triggered, don't watch this video.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that there are people who disagree with my opinions, and that's fine. I just felt like getting it off my chest because it's been like a really long, crazy day, and there were a couple things that I found kind of weird or inconvenient about the day. And it's just really interesting to me how every con I go to kind of is different. And there are some really awesome things, and there are always going to be the little things that bother me as well. Because in any fandom, I hear all the time people just saying that they really like a show or a certain thing, and then they look at the fandom and they're like, these people are frickin' insane.
Okay, Example, Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Star Wars fans now are the worst people.
Really?
You are bringing shame to our house, and I hate you. The people who are like, yeah, it's the new Star Wars. It's the new Star Wars. I'm 40 years old, and I'm acting like an 8-year-old. I'm getting my 8-year-old to act like Chewbacca. Stop. It is a great show. Yes, you can argue that Han shot first. Yes, you can talk about the details with your friends. But stop. You're overcooking it.
Doesn't
You're doing
it
it like
depend on the version if he shot first?
Oh, yeah, the Disney bullshit. Okay, Disney, you know who the hell you are. Oh, we're gonna make him a better person. No, he is not a good person in the beginning. That's the point. I'm sorry. I'm better now.
I have to agree with you real quick. Nerd side tangent, that's okay. This is a normal nerd conversation that I can approve of.
We're just totally just digging ourselves in a hole.
Solo. What makes him a great character is that he starts off being an awful frickin' dog and then becomes redeemable because he is a good person. He's just done some poor things.
Preach on, preach on.
That's why he starts off by shooting first and then by the end is kissing on Leia.
Hey, Disney. You should get rid of Star Wars and, you should screw off because I hate you. Well, not because I hate you, but because a lot of people hate you, and you're turning Star Wars...
Disney does some weird things, but I kind of like some stuff from Disney, so let's be real here.
Fine. It's like Marvel fans, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. I respect you guys. It is a cool series. It's overcooked. Most of the movies are fine. Yes, a lot of it's repetitive. Yes, you can argue with me all you want. This person's an individual, but the basic plot points, not the points in each specific story, but the story elements are pretty similar. Now, the massive story tie-in was pretty damn cool, and I like that. But you, the fans, you made me walk away from Marvel.
There's only so much that you can do with a series after a while, and, I do like Marvel. I do like watching the movies, but...
They're good movies.
None of them are movies that I couldn't predict almost the entirety of. And that's the thing. I still enjoy watching them, but at this point it's like a turn your brain off, just enjoy it how it is kind of movie. Because if you want something a lot deeper, then that's just not the place to be looking anymore. So, and I feel like that's a lot that applies to a variety of things. I adore Pokemon. I am a big nerd. I bought a Torchic plushie today. I'm gonna show off the things that I ended up actually getting today, but it's an overbaked series. I'm still gonna buy into it because I'm such a nerd for it. But at this point, the only reason it's continuing to run is because it's making money. And it's not offering a ton of new stuff. People get really excited about new evolutions, we don't have a ton of them already. Even though I agree that they're cute and I would still be excited for a new one. It's not a new concept. Mega evolutions. It's just
More!
It's a new form of a Pokemon that's a little stronger. It's the same thing with Z-Power. Z-Power is basically Mega Evolution to me. It's just a move that's stronger. It's the same thing as if you Mega Evolved, because it's just a power boost, and it's the same thing. I would argue that Mega Evolution and Z-Powers aren't different concepts. They're the same concept that's sold as a different concept to make more money. And I'm a huge fan, but that's just how it is. And I feel like I see a lot of these things at cons too. It's wow, this is great, but this is all just a cash crop. Do they really care about the nerds and trying to give them this way to support them and get people together? Or do they just want a bunch of money?
My question was, why do they label all their fans nerds? I like some of this stuff, but I would not call myself a nerd.
I don't know. I feel like people just stigmatize certain things. I don't see what's wrong with liking sci-fi or anime or anything else.
Unless you like
it's
Jar
like
Jar
any
Binks.
concept that's even slightly foreign
with you.
makes you a strange person, and I don't agree with that.
Yeah, hashtag individualism. Woohoo! Great concept.
Why is it okay to be a white girl going to Starbucks and watching all of the Pitch Perfect movies, and that's regular, but
That sounds awful.
somebody is like really into Star Wars and has like a couple posters and figures and stuff because they think that it's pretty freaking cool, and that makes them a nerd.
I don't know. Okay, so do you guys remember Breaking Bad? It ran for 5 seasons, maybe 3 years. Yes, there was some heat for it and some flack, and everybody got excited, and then the show ended. It had a great ending. They ran it. They ended. They had planned the whole thing out. They knew they weren't going to continue it. They knew they weren't going to bleed it money. Then Better Call Saul happened, but that was later. That was not planned. They wrote the series, then they did the series. They did an exquisite job because they didn't pay lip service to anything. They were like, oh, our fans this, or oh, subculture this. All they did was like, hey, let's make a story about a guy who wouldn't normally cook meth, but cooks meth and becomes an insane sociopath. And they did, and it is still probably the best television program of all time.
I feel like that's the reason, for the most part, that I watch shorter anime now. I don't want to watch anime with a ton of seasons anymore because I know that it's just something that's dragged out merely to please the fans or to get themselves money.
And then it doesn't.
And I just want to enjoy it for what it is. Like,
I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. And a lot of anime just comes based off of manga, and then I don't like it when an anime it's written completely different from a manga just because it wants you to buy the anime and the manga. It's a cash scheme. Boruto, the continuation of Naruto with his son, that is literally just like a money-making scam, it feels to me. Naruto finally ended, it was satisfying, and they had to continue it, because why not? They can make money. We'll make the anime different from the manga, so that if people want to see the differences, they have to buy into both.
That's why, like, Better Call Saul was nowhere near as good as Breaking Bad. And, like, the true quality of a program, or a show, a program, a movies, whatever, is how well it ages. The new Star Wars movies, I don't think they'll age as well as the old ones. The second-gen ones in the, like, 90s, 2000s, those sucked. The original ones, fantastic. I'd say the new ones are better than the 2000s ones. It depends. There were parts I really liked, parts I didn't like. But the overall Star Wars ages well. Like, some of their video games, okay, Shadows of the Empire, it wasn't perfect, it made mistakes, but that game aged so well. And that's the thing, how well does it age? Some of these animes that have like 20 seasons, they may not age so well because they're paying fan service. It's like The Simpsons, it's 30 years. Stop!
And at this point, I feel like a lot of anime fans, especially when you're going to a convention, the only merchandise that's going to be there for the most part are classics that are never going to die, or more likely, what's popular in the moment. Mm-hmm. And so the only way that you can keep up at a convention is to watch all of these new anime and try to keep up on it. So you don't really have the time to enjoy older ones that you want to watch. So I'm surprised that people like to watch a lot of longer shows. I don't anymore because that's just a lot of time to invest, and then if I do that, then I'm just buying into a series that's not popular anymore. And I want to watch those so bad, but then, like, this community of anime people that thinks that they're so great will judge you because it's like, oh, you haven't watched the new series? Oh my gosh, you haven't gotten on to watching My Hero Academia? It's like the best anime of this generation.
Whoa.
By the way, I like My Hero Academia, but I'm only towards the end of season 2, and, you know, we shouldn't force other people just to watch things because it's new and exciting. Let people watch what they want to watch. Why do we judge people based on their likes? Because they are just opinions. I don't understand it. It's like when I tell somebody that Beyond the Boundary is my favorite anime and they're like, either, what's that? Or, I mean, it wasn't that great. Why is it your favorite? And it's like, because everybody has different interests. What's wrong with liking what you like? And why isn't there more merchandise for obscure anime that's sold at cons. You'd think that there would
I
be
can
collectors out there looking for it.
I mean, I can give you business reasons why, but like
I mean, I
and
understand
you
that it's to like make the most amount of money possible. So newer is more likely to get that cash.
It's a supply and demand scale. It's all about business.
It's just sad. That's why I feel better commissioning artists to draw me what it is that I want than buying something that's like only drawn because it's a new show and so they know it's gonna sell better. No, I'll just straight up hire an artist to do what I want because I know that I'm not gonna find what I want and I'm not gonna waste money on something that I don't want.
It's like when you buy a house or a car. You don't buy
so
features
greedy
you
right now.
don't want. You buy features you do want. If people annoy you, be polite. But it's okay to hate people you don't like. Don't
No,
be
it's
a
not.
jerk
You're not
about
supposed
it.
to hate anybody. That's not good. No, I'm sorry. I am Lyra Linx. I preach the message of good, and if a person isn't the type of person for you, then just stay away. There's no need for negative comments. You are
That's
stooping
true.
to their level.
That's true.
And that doesn't do you any good. Spread the love.
Or you could do what I do. Accept that you
we're
don't
not
like
gonna
them.
do what he does.
Be polite. Get over it. Move on. Because there are other things you have to do. Like be awesome.
In other news, going back to what this is, which is a vlog about cons,
Oh, God.
I do know that an artist that I commissioned last year is supposed to be here, and I had her draw me what I wanted, which was a drawing of Mirai Kuriyama. So I might commission her again this year, because my thing right now is Kakegurui, and I'm surprised because I thought that it was still a fairly recent anime,
Excuse me.
and a season 2 is to be announced, so I expected to see a little bit of stuff in some areas. I haven't found anything, so instead of wasting money on a bunch of stuff that I don't know and want, I'm gonna go tomorrow, most likely, and try to find this artist because it said on the page that they'd be there, so I'm gonna look for them, commission them, and get what I want because that's money well spent.
Bingo.
Also, I feel like it's nice to support artists because,
Well, frankly, most of them are broke, aren't they?
yeah, a lot of people don't make it, and I think that that's really sad. I'm also very
Right.
picky. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I'm very picky about what artists I want to buy from because I have specific styles that I like. So even though, for example, Torchic is my favorite Pokemon ever, I saw that this artist had some Torchic stickers, but my personal opinion was that I didn't like the style and it wasn't what I wanted, so I wasn't going to buy it, even though I'm such a big fan of Torchic.
Okay, she's such a big fan. I found a little baby Torchic. Actually, hang on. We can go find him.
Yeah, we can show off the merch.
We can show.
I am going to turn on extra light touch.
Look, it's not just Torchic, it's baby Torchic.
Every time I find a Torchic plushie that I don't already have, I have to do it because it's my favorite Pokemon. You can see my top 20 Pokemon in a video that I made probably way too long ago now and will update at some point.
I wanted an Arcanine of some form. Didn't happen.
I'm so shocked that they didn't have anything like that.
Rip.
That's the thing.
He's the best Pokemon.
If they want to sell Pokemon, they have to pick out, like, the most popular Pokemon of the time. It's so sad.
It's Acetry.
We'll have to order you one online, because I legitimately want you to have one.
Alright. Sounds good.
Best character from Danganronpa V3. This, I feel like, is a really good artist. Like, this is...
Yeah, it is really good. I liked it too.
She had a lot of Danganronpa drawings, and they were all so good. It was really impressive.
Hey, that little light
Assassin
makes it
for
look
the
like you
win.
have ears.
I'm serious. From the beginning, when I saw this character, her first appearance back when, like, game information was just being announced, I feel like everybody has this, where they'll look at a character, they don't know anything about them. It might be the design, it might be, like, some weird just pull or instinct inside, but you're like, I'm gonna focus on this character, and this might end up being my favorite character. And lo and behold, she turned out to be one of the most interesting, and I adore her. But anyway, showing off more stuff that I have now that I'm done being a nerd. For anyone who doesn't know, my favorite Pokemon movie is The Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea. And I found the manga, ha ha ha. So, I had to get this. It's my favorite movie. Why would I not want this? And it's like drawn in a different style than the anime, obviously. And some of it I'm like, eh, and some of it I actually really like the differences. Just style-wise, since, I haven't actually finished through reading this. It's just going to be like a much shorter version of the story, so things have to be cut, and I know that it won't be perfect. But I really like it. It's like a different interpretation, a whole new style, and I like looking at things like that because I think it's interesting. And I'm a rambler, so excuse me. I also happened to see a friend of mine at the con. Turns out that she was a dealer artist with her girlfriend. So I'm gonna give her some promo.
Woohoo! Promo.
Check out this Twitter and Instagram and whatever that middle thing is supposed to be. What is that, a website? Yeah, something.com. Yes.
Something.com.
I can't read it.
You'll know the website. It says .com at the end.
I dropped one of her precious stickers.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I really love being Puppy Cat. I actually haven't finished all the episodes yet, but I plan to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this Puppy Cat is like the cutest thing ever. And then I also saw a Gengar sticker, and he just looks so freaking cheeky and full of himself.
He looks mischievous.
Yeah. Gengar's a mischievous Pokemon, so it's really in character and really adorable. So I'm like, that just fits so well, and I also wanted to support her anyway. And she had good art, so it was worth it despite all that. But yeah, I just loved it. I had to own them. I don't know where I'm gonna put them yet. I want to find good, nice places to use these stickers.
So, on a level of 1 to 10, 1 being a dumpster fire, 10 being basically the greatest thing that's ever happened in your life, how'd you rate this con?
This con? So far, like, a 6.
Not bad. Keep it up, AlmaCon.
Yeah, there are some good things, but there are also a lot of things that are inconvenient, and I might even rate it lower just because it's, like, not what I expected. That's what you get for putting expectations on something. You expect anything, and you're not gonna get that back. It was also kind of a stressful day to prepare all of this stuff. It didn't work out exactly right. I felt like our timings on things were weird, too. Like how we couldn't get into the artist alley, and I wanted to eat food with you.
We still can.
Yeah, and we ate up all the Pocky, and I wanted to do the Pocky game with you. But we were so starved waiting in line for Johnny Young Bosch.
We rationed out our Pocky, and we're like, it's been 6 days. We must share another stick.
It's been a whole 30 minutes. Oh, sha.
Yeah. I mean...
No self-control. But tomorrow we'll get snacks and it'll be good. And I get to see my best friend, and we're gonna go to China Buffet.
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
I'm not taking everybody to China Buffet.
That's okay.
It's like Josh and Garrett, I like them, but I'm not buying them dinner.
Well, I didn't expect you to pay for everyone. If anything, I expected it to be like the 3 of us, and then whoever wanted to tag along would figure their crud out.
Cool.
So, yes, that is going to be very exciting. I actually went with a group of people to eat at the China Buffet, like, last year, and it's so fun to eat at places with other people that are just fully costumed up, and then there are regular people who are like, what is this?
Oh, yeah. They're like, wait, I didn't get this memo. What's happening?
And we're all like, oh no, I hope no synthetic wig hair falls into my dumplings. And we're just like having our anime conversations like, ha 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 ha. And other people are like,
what? Who are you?
Can we kick them out?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? I just wanted some sweet and sour chicken. What's happening?
And then they just, the next time they're like, no, I just want it to go. I just want to eat home, alone, in my easy chair, watching TV.
I hate this generation.
Me too. Me too. I hate them too.
I hate me too.
No, not that. The Me Too movement's important. I meant this generation as well.
I'm saying that I hate myself.
Oh, no.
I said I hate me too.
Damn it. All right, you know
Hey.
what? No. Mm-mm. bogus. Alright. Is the video done? Or do we have more material?
Yeah, I think we will be done for now. I'll continue a day 2 vlog. I'm probably going to end up separating this into 3 different parts. I'll do day 1, day 2, and day 3. So I'm sorry that there wasn't very much content today. I want to do a lot more tomorrow. I guess it basically turned into a rant by the end of it, but sometimes people just need to get stuff off their chest. And now we are just going to enjoy the rest of our nights.
Woohoo.
And it's going to be pleasant and great. I can't wait to get out of this, actually. I am ready to be done. I just want to eat whatever we have in this room. Yes, and sleep. Anyway, like and subscribe for more content. Always feel free to leave suggestions and comments. I really love reading them. And I hope to see you in another one. Subscribe to James Dunbar as well.
Bunbar.
James Bunbar.
Alright.
Thank you for making fun of the fact that I can't tell. You know what? If you were a food, you would be James Bunbar.
Bunbar.
Yeah. You could be like a meat bun or
like
a hamburger bun.
Yeah.
Or like one of those like Chinese buns. I don't know. Anyway.
Ta-da. Alright. Bye.
Bye. Welcome to Pulling Off Eyelashes with Lyra Linx. I'm terrified. Okay, I'm scared.
You want me to do it?
No, I gotta be a big girl. I glued them on, I can pull them off.
Go from the edge. Pull from the edge like you were. Slowly.
Oh. What?
You're good. No damage.
Cosplay is an interesting thing.
Yeah.
I can't tell what's actual eyelashes and what's fake eyelashes, so I'm nervous.
You did really well.
Oof. I was nervous that I'd tear off my real lashes. Alright. I'm gonna give these to you.
Wait, you reuse these?
I only have one other pair, so I might need to reuse one pair. Well, I had to adjust my eyeliner to fit to the way the glue is. So
Yeah, it
now,
looks like, like when you burn a hot dog and you peel off the burnt part?
yeah, so now that it's off, it looks really weird.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry, it just is.
You hear my boyfriend calling me gross?
Okay, the fake eyelashes stuff is pretty gross.
What, you don't think that they look good, though?
They look good when they're on, and your eyelashes look good when they're not there, but when you're pulling them off... Ugh.
Whoa, my eyes look so weird now.
Oh, God, that's so... Ugh, that's gross.
You think that...
Oh, my God! Damn, no. Ooh, hey, I should get Tom
So
ready.
should I just, wipe them off, you think, with makeup wipes? Just, like, get rid of the look now that it's ruined?
It might be time.
Your girl's gonna go back to being a normie. And we're gonna clean the heck out of this room. Bye.